to go to the pharmacy for Mohbad. And I was like, I thought Darosha didn't sleep in the house. I thought you later on called Darosha.
Even the spending is a liar there. That spending is a terrible liar.
Mario, my question is, Prime Boy ní pé wọ́n sọ fún pé kó máa look onto spending. Ní pé spending fẹ́ jẹ battery nígbà tó kọ́kọ́ arrest yẹ. Uncle Yomi kí ni spending fẹ́ jẹ battery fún?
Mọ̀ kó tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀ tẹ́báwò tó bá yẹ pé eventually it is established that Mohbad.
Mommy Silence is golden. Good afternoon, ma.
Ṣé ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mi tó bá ti wà established Silence is golden. Good afternoon. Tó bá ti wà established pé Mohbad died on the 11th. So ìdí tí ìjọba ṣe spending mo ní pé you voluntarily submitted the contact of a nurse tí wọ́n fẹ́ lò fún fọ́ọ̀lù yẹn. So iṣẹ́ tẹjọ ṣe nìyẹn. O lè má lọ́wọ́ nu kú Mohbad o lè lọ́wọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Oh, okay. Yes, nǹkan tí spending fi ní wàhálà tó pọ̀ gan nìyẹn. Okay.
Tí DPP bá ń ṣe nǹkan, ó ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ náà lẹ́ máa tó bá fẹ́ bá DPP argue. Gbogbo náà lè ní superior argument with evidence, not sentiment. Sentiment or emotions cannot make you have a say before the DPP because they are core professionals, isn't it? They are not perfect, but to argue or call one to question it. Anybody can be held accountable. The question adájọ́ kankan, the question the governor, the question president. I want wrong people who are new job here. The question DPP ìgbéraga nìyẹn is not acceptable. But if you want to question them or to challenge whatever they do, pẹ̀lú sacrifices you have to be sure you are willing to balance the truth. They were reasonable, or logical, not sentimental. Tẹ́bá wo sí reason tí bàbá fẹ́ fún wa ó kárí Canada ọ̀rẹ́ wọ́n lè padà bàbá aṣáà wọ́n àkọ́tọ́ fẹ́ fún wa nínú kéèsì yẹn so that I will continue to engage the public. Well, easy wọ́n rí pé ìta ọ̀pátá yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí kó bá wọn. So if anybody is going to challenge the DPP pé ń tẹ́ ṣe àwọn fẹ́ yẹ ìlọ́wọ́ ẹ̀wò make sure kọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ mọ́ tààrà o. In that same case, in the same case, tó bá fẹ́ kí àwọn lọ́wọ́ o gbọ́dọ̀ rí pé owó ẹ̀ mọ́ ó dàbí kí irú Wunmi sìn tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí challenge DPP kó gbọ́ ọlọ́kọ́tù pé kí ló dé tó ṣe máa sọ pé ọ̀yọ̀nà amadi pro samilari pro then they will look into whatever she must have done too and say we are looking at this thing with a different view and ẹ̀kọ́ ń kó bára yìí sí tó ọmọ ò lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù rí ẹ̀ tí you understand. What been a doctor's report? Why would you deny some? Oh, what about Mule now? Were you not giving doctor's reports? Why to Shemule? For the Abisha or book laboratory? The fact remains that I will pay the trouble I am go through. What will come and mortuary for the purpose of depositing? Kia woman and the doctor's report also the level. Why didn't you want to release it? Because one fair content is so clear. By keeping the body in the mortuary, I ashiri am at 2. Because all team pay you and the instruction is contact a bow to contact a bow and the ring concussion. Check, you understand? So it's quite important for us to know that all this abracadabra it doesn't represent Omoluabi. It doesn't represent quest for justice.
But Uncle Yomi plan it is a premeditated one.
So ibi tó kàn tí ọbọ ni pé báwo ni bàbá ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ ni tí doctor report wà lọ́wọ́ either your daughter-in-law or your son or your in-law which is Darosha tí dẹ̀ bá wọn kó tí lọ sọ pé ẹ obi ẹ pa àwọn tó ní ẹ sọ fọmọ ẹkọ mú kiri ilẹ̀ why are you holding this thing? Báwo ni mo fẹ́ deposit òkú sí mortuary tí mi bá ní doctor report tí mi bá ní police either of the two I need it. But most importantly, kí ọlọ́pàá tó lè issue police report, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ rí doctor's report. You understand? So the fact remains that any attempt at sọ pé wobi tell my mother I not say mommy is not a movement or a step seeking justice. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ seek justice and ẹgẹ́ fílẹ̀ ẹgẹ́ kó máa rún bẹ́ẹ̀ náà. Èyí tó bá ti bí dakú fọwọ́ kọ̀ ní kò lọ sí lẹ́yìn mi. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn fẹ́ múlẹ̀? Ọlọ́pàá náà ló ṣe bàbá bá tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rùn. Wá àwọn aráàlú alọ́pọ̀ ọlọ́pàá wa àgùntàn bò yẹn wá padà rí ọlọ́pàá tí ò fẹ́ dá mi lóhùn yẹn àwọn ọlọ́pàá wá padà gbé lọ tó máa gbé lọ sí mọ́túárì fúnra wọn Because any decision to say I accept defeat. Or one of justice why let it go. So now to start demanding that the government so that is what we're talking about, and that is the real truth.
Mr. Yami, yeah, according to I watched Adura interview too, right? And Adura said it was the second hospital that announced Mohbad firing. But in Wunmi's interview, Wunmi said they went to the first hospital and then they told them that Mohbad is gone. After 20 minutes, they told them that Mohbad was gone. But then she told them that it's not true. Her husband cannot be dead. So they now went to the second hospital. In the second hospital now, they went there. After 15 minutes, the second hospital said that he's gone. Then Adura now went into the place there to the interview and said that it was just one hospital that announced that Mohbad died.
Another discrepancy.
You see? So at the end of the day, I think that the police really needs to do their job. Like they really need to do their job. With all these lies and stuff like that, they need to do their job. Like they need to really do their job. And that audio you dropped this 2 days is a bomb. It's a bombshell. Even some people was even interpreting it that she said that the daddy of the young boy Mohbad. Is that what she said?
What's the daddy Liam ló kọ́kọ́ mi. Irú èdè wo nìyẹn? Àwọn daddy Liam ló kọ́kọ́. Wọ́n sọ pé àwọn tó wà lórí ẹ̀ sọ pé àwọn daddy Liam ló kọ́kọ́ mi. How?
Wọ́n náà yí kíní yẹn. Wọ́n náà yí wọ́n sẹ́ndì ẹ̀ sí mi pé kí n sọ fún yín.
Wọ́n sọ pé kí ni?
Voice note yẹn.
Ṣé bó ṣe sọ́kọ́ ẹ̀? Bó ṣe sọ́kọ́ ni ẹ̀?
Òye mi náà ni, èdè yẹn òye yẹn náà ni.
Bon.
Also is taken care of. On the issue of Mama Mohbad, which is Bola Shade now coming out to throw that to the public and bringing Karimo in as one of them in that house. Also, 1 minute, please. Go ahead.
All I know is these people will not have rest. As long as a life is lost in this or their narrative, they will not have rest because there are so many questions that requires answer from the public. I mean, why was there a minor cut on his forearm? If somebody punches, a glass, I would expect the cut to be on his knuckle. How come it's on his forearm? That's one of the questions.
How don't mind those things.
And even go inside.
Exactly.
MLH, you know what a glass of a Prado is. Can you?
I know, right?
Anne.
Wait, Salsa.
Do you see why I'm saying that this driver might be part of the plan, the script? Imagine what the driver said. The driver did not say, I did not see. He narrated when he wanted to, box, to punch Prime Boy. His hand entered the glass and punched. He narrated it as if he saw it. Yeah, and he said the glass scattered. Wait now. And he said the glass scattered in his car. There was blood. So it means this thing, if you believe the driver, that means it actually happened. Mohbad actually hit that glass. If you say you want to believe that driver. Because if we do...
The driver said that to collect his own money.
Let me quickly counter you.
Thank you. I told you. I said the driver is part of the script.
Hold on. That's why, you see, I started by saying something. I said that the driver has 85%, right? Now, let's cut some slack here. It was nighttime. Definitely, for a fact, believe, my own opinion, that there was a glass that was broken. I can go by, maybe he didn't see properly, or somebody else shattered the glass, or Mohbad hand, because why do I tell you?
But he said he saw it now. He said he saw it.
Hold on. Let me tell, that's why I said I gave me 85%. You know why I say I believe the story of the glass being broken? Because of the fact that, first things first, they had stated the fact that, Prime Boy had stated the fact that Mohbad was hitting him. Now, that environment was hostile at that point. If you're fighting, and if he was tipsy or high, whatever they say, there's an altercation. So I can go with a story of, oh, yes, there was a fight, so a glass was broken. Now, as I said, I gave them 85% because plus minus, he could be lying, he could just be, adding up to the story. That's fine. But in all of them, that's one thing I wanted to pick out here. In all of them, the person who has some level of truth that we can go by. That's why on cases like this, if you were an investigator or we are doing investigation, you go by process of elimination. The person you would take somewhat truth in his story, amongst all of them, leave Folashade now. Those idiots in the house, you take the driver first. Okay? You will pick him first. Because his story has brought most of them out of their asses. The stories that you expect them to collaborate, they are just coming out now to try to jump on top of each other because he said something that was contrary, that was a complete trajectory that changed everything they were saying. So as I said, I can't give him 100%. No way. I'll give him 85%.
And sorry to cut you short, that story came out from the driver because it was not really, they didn't take him relevant enough. Do you understand? He was part of the script. That is what they asked him to do. That is what they asked him to say. Like I said earlier, the glass was broken. Intentionally or not intentionally, but it was not Mohbad that broke the glass, and the driver knows that it was not Mohbad. So that statement he said he witnessed when Mohbad were fighting and he accidentally broke the glass and all of that, it was a script. So that was the only part they took the driver for. So they left him as if he was not even important at all. They didn't even think about him at all. They didn't think about him at all. So that was what made him. That was what made him say those words. Do you understand? It's like when you feel like this person is not important, we don't need anything to even give. We don't give him chance. We don't think of him.
They call script, man.
Yeah, of course.
It's when you want to carry a so there's no way you think the driver is very important. Okay?
No.
There's no way. Hold on, okay. There's no way they wouldn't carry the driver along because his role is one of the let me say strong witness. Okay, even in court, if they are going to go to high court, they must bring this driver in as the last driver who took this guy from the show back to the house. So he must definitely say his side of the story. There is no way they will not take his place. Very important.
No, I'm not saying the court. Yes, I understand.
No, even the person that wrote the script for them, because okay. He definitely called the driver. He injured at the show. The driver witnessed it. And if the driver is giving his narrative, he has to state what happened from the show. If they say, okay, they give only the script of the show alone, what about the fight coming home? Did they also give him to say that Wunmi was fighting on their way home? Do you understand what I'm saying?
That was treated. The driver knows about all this.
Thank you, Mr. Adesina. So there is no way, because what he is saying is, apart from the issue of the glass now, okay, that he might not get the true picture of how it got broken, you can't actually pin him on anywhere his story was not aligned with the incident or what happened. He's an able guy who don't understand Yoruba very well, and he stated that, and which is reasonably making sense that truly he's an able person. His Yoruba might be no flow the way a Yoruba person will talk.
Sorry to interject you. He even just add to what you say. You can help me. He also gave a clarity as to what was being discussed in the car between the car.
Thank you.
No other person was giving us the clarity. They can play games. Nobody could tell us clearly what was going on.
You can imagine that the official propaganda was in that car. He's not yet out to speak.
So you call that clarity? The one the driver said that he was saying you need Obo.
Can I tell you why it is? Can I tell you why it is?
We are fighting for.
Thousand. Can I tell you why it is? In order to understand, because let us understand this way. If Spending came out and said Wunmi and Mohbad was fighting, right? And they are in the car, there has to be a conversation that ensued to get there. As a couple, if they were fighting in the house, the car, something had to be talked. There's some, words that were being spoken that aggravated that. So clearly, thank you. So clearly, there were how many boys in that car? The only person who was able to give a detailed account, even in his little knowledge of Yoruba, to say, oh, this is what I heard them say. And he was even remembering the courses that Wunmi said is only that driver. From when they got to the show, even up on the way to the house. So that's why I said, take it or leave it. For me, I give him 85%. As far as I'm concerned in this case.
Even
and there's never going to be any homicide case that you will find somebody who's 100% truthful. It's not there.
Don't hear about the other accident.
Without being biased, for driver to come out and say Mohbad blow the glass, it doesn't mean that the driver is lying to me without being biased. Because truly, it may not be Mohbad that blow that glass, but let us realize that we are talking about night here, and the driver may not see the person clearly. Meanwhile, it was Mohbad that fought the prime boy, according to the driver himself. You understand? It may not be the Mohbad himself that broke the glass. It may be those boys around themselves that want to collect the money. But for a driver to say the glass broke, it doesn't mean the driver is lying. To me, without being biased.
To me, 100% the driver spoke his truth. To me, 100%. The guy wasn't lying.
For me, I'm even looking for my homicide point. I don't want to give him money because, there's always some cut and joint story in homicide. Nobody wants. It's not sleep that gets you to reveal the truth, So to be honest, let's give it drive. Sounds like I would be surprised you would think otherwise of that driver, because look at all of them. Look at their stories. The one that is shocking me is that Adura's. Anyway, I don't want to talk about because that's going to wind me up. Let me just keep quiet. So
that one, don't even talk about it. Especially the last interview he granted, that was all bullshit. Like, I don't even want to talk about it because we can tell that this guy, for him to have been quiet all this while, he doesn't even know how to put his words together. So he had the opportunity to speak now, and then the moment he opens his mouth, he was saying all sorts of things. This guy skipped everything that happened on Monday. He skipped everything that happened on Monday. Like, they couldn't slot in any lie into Monday. What was Mohbad's activity on Monday? There was no activity from this guy. A celebrity, he never received any phone call. He never sent any text on Monday. Now, the wife said he attended a podcast interview on Monday. With whom and what time? So, out of all these narratives,
he said he was to have a podcast.
Okay, with who? Okay.
He said he had. He never said he was.
Yeah, she said he had. That was what
he had a podcast. It happened.
He had. He didn't say he was.
That's what she said.
He had a podcast.
He had.
And where is the podcast till today? Where is the podcast till today? Where is the person that interviewed him till today? There were so many lies. Like, as a matter of fact, if I had the opportunity to interview any one of them, honestly, I will get to the bottom of this, because we cannot see that there were so many lies that these people have been telling us. How you know when somebody is lying is when they're not consistent. At least see why now so far she sent so many different things. Okay, look at the most recent voice note from her now. She said a completely different thing again. Like, I don't get it. What is the name of the podcast interviewer on Monday? Why was he moved from one room to another when the nurse arrived? You guys said this guy was fine on Monday. He walked around in the house. There was nothing. But then you move him. You had to transfer him from one room to another. That means he couldn't walk on his own.
Exactly. How are you moving a full-grown
man
adult?
What happened to him? What happened to him?
You could not move him to the hospital.
Yeah.
You could not move him to the hospital. You're able to move him from one room. So he's actually in a state of, was it in a comatose state for you to be moving him like that?
They moved him just to clean up the room.
Okay, now, MLH, what about that flinging hand that they sent to the nurse? The hand that was going like a fan. What about that hand?
Yeah, what happened? And that movement, that hand movement was an effect. It wasn't like it was an effect. They took a picture of his hand and then they added an effect to it. That wasn't a normal hand movement. You see, so these people, sorry, they are criminals.
Sorry to cut you guys short again. Now, looking at, we've been able to analyze and come in conclusion that Mohbad died on Monday. That is number one. We've also come to conclusion to get to the fact that Wunmi, Fine Boy, Spending, and every one of them are lying. Conclusion. Now, let's go to the father's place. Do you understand? Baba Mohbad. I said it from the very beginning. From the very beginning with my former account, Austin, I said to Papariano, I said, Baba Mohbad was not part of the script from the beginning, but at the long run, he was given a script and he concurred to it. Now, make it make sense. He said when he got to the house, he was told from even before he got to the house that he should just accept his fate. In Yoruba, according to what the blessing said, or something like that, he should accept his fate. Now, as a father, when he went to the house, you were asked to go upstairs secretly to go and find out something with your own two eyes. And when you got there, you found out that the blanket on your son's bed was covered with blood. And you find a lot of people in the house, even before you got there. That is to tell you that a lot of things had happened at your absence. A lot has happened at your absence before you go to the house. Now, you now later said the next thing you could do was to take it to the police station and they declined it. Fine. You took it to the mortuary and they declined it. Fine. So the next thing is for you to go and bury him. He's not looking as if he is the only one left in the whole wide world. It makes it look as if there is no other living human being on earth for him to even seek advice from. That this is what I saw, and I have confirmed that this death is not a normal death. In fact, for Darusha to lie to him that Mohbad is already feeling well, he should go back home, and he went because of what Blessing said. Do you understand? And you found out that you find out that your son was laid down under his staircase in that manner. And you said because they rejected him at the police and at the mortuary, that was why you gave permission for the burial. No. There is something fishy there. There is a very big something fishy there. And the funniest part, another aspect was when Iyabo Ojo brought the attention of Nigerians when she said they are going to exhume Mohbad's body and all of that. When the investigation started from the beginning, there's a video where a police officer, I don't know his rank though, when he was giving a speech, camera was on his face. Baba Mohbad was sitting close to that officer. As an educated person, if you look at the consonants of that man, it tells that there is a lot that has been hidden after the burial. But now that the body has been exhumed, a lot is going to come outside that will even involve him and affect him in all ramifications. Do you understand? This thing is too glaring.
Mr. Helen, let me tell you my own opinion, and then Emily can be for me, very simple, right? When he got there, right, he was told, of course, on his way, he suspected foul play. He got there, they had some sort of settlement talking, and the idea was, okay, there's nothing we can do, let's go bury him. I'm sure that if I go by the story, as I said, we're not the family of that, and I think Ajura or whoever said on the CTC, the father used to go and settle fights, yeah? So he knew, if I go by that, if it's true, he knew that the relationship was toxic. If my background is noisy, please, you guys should tell me. He knew the relationship was toxic, so he would have suspected that something happened. But before he left there, and they went to the police station, and to the point of burial, it was a case of, you know what, I'm accepting fate here, and let the rest take its course. That's how I see it. As I said, and just for you guys that come on comment section and start writing shite. This is our sorry, sir, just a minute, sir, just a minute. This is all what we're doing here is our opinion, and we are entitled to it. You understand? So if you come on this comment section and you start writing shite, the moderators might block you or mute you, whatever. So people have a right to express what they think because it's a public case. Right, Mr. Rotimi, continue.
Yeah, let me corroborate you in one angle. Knowing fully well that this man was aware, let me go by Amika. A few days ago, she said Baba confided in her and chairman that Blessing actually called Baba on Monday. Okay? Baba told them when they were in Abuja that Blessing called him on Monday. He might not be in the house, but he already knew this guy applied on Monday. That's on one part. On the second part is that...
Wow.
Yeah. She said
so these people have been lying to us.
I was on her live. Yes, that Papa. That was how Baba saw an affidavit now.
Wow.
Applied on Monday. You understand? That's how I saw an affidavit. So now, again, not fully aware that Prime Boy also called Baba, and he said, I called Baba on Tuesday. Baba and said Baba received the call, said that he's on his way going there. He called him twice. Okay. Then Baba agreed that Blessing called him on Tuesday and hung up the phone. He only said Mohbad is gone, right? Now, when he got to the house, Adura now stated in his voice note now, in his interview, that Baba said this guy must be buried tonight. Hello? Tonight? That he must bury this guy this night.
God bless you, Mr. Wunmi. God bless you. God bless you for reminding me this part.
Based on what you said,
God
now,
bless you.
Why
God
should we
bless you,
then
sir.
believe that Baba went to that house on Tuesday instead of Monday?
Why should we believe what? MLH, come again. There was noise in Eli's background.
She said,
I said, why should we not believe Baba that he went to the house on Tuesday, as he said, rather than Monday?
Yeah. He might not be there on Monday. He's not yet clear.
There is no way he will hear that his son died on Monday and he won't go straight to the house.
No, now, there another thing I question is this. I want to talk about that about is why will Mama Mohbad and Wunmi's sister coincidentally be going there at the same time on Tuesday?
Let me tell you, on Monday, Mohbad's mom was in that house on Monday. You know when she spoke to CY, that when CY said, "Oh, come, I will not become a widow," this, that woman left immediately for that house. There is no way a woman, a mother, will hear that kind of call and she will stay there. You see, all this, I was praying Mohbad will pass, is a lie. They all made up all those stories.
She was even the first person that told us that this guy died on Monday. Okay.
This is another question. Sorry guys, this is another question. Prime Boy said he was called on Monday. He said he was sleeping and they called him on Monday that Mohbad had died.
It was on Tuesday.
Okay. Prime Boy said on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, it was on Tuesday. Prime Boy said it was on Tuesday. You understand now? So we are questioning in those people. Why is Baba not adding Prime Boy to this? Some people called me and informed me, like Prime Boy now. There's no way Baba will forget Prime Boy called him. I can't get it. I don't even understand what I'm saying. If he forgot,
to have even lied. Honestly, I'm hearing this for the first time that Baba confided in some people that it was Monday. I'm really disappointed. Honestly, I'm really disappointed now.
Okay. And Mr. Rotimi, what you just said, the reason why Baba is keeping quiet, because he knew that if he mentioned Blessing, if he mentioned all those people at that early time, it would that his reaction of I didn't really know what happened to the boy. That story of I was shocked and all of that would not fly, right? And then that would bring the motive. It would expose the motive of why the horrid burial, because you're already aware. You have been informed that there's a superstitious death, or help me with the English, MLH. Around the death of your son. So why would you be pushing to to insist to bury? You should have been pushing to say, I'm not taking that corpse away. I'm going to leave that corpse by the morgue or the police station until you guys do the needful. And then it will create more alertness to the Nigerian public. You get what I mean? So there will have been no space for him to have been accused by Karimo of that they told the father, they begged him how many hours he did not hear and he went to go and bury the son. That story wouldn't fly, because it would have been a case of typical reaction. My son is dead. I went to the police station. They are not here. I'm not moving this corpse. It's not going anywhere until you guys. I have to put this boy in the morgue, and they'll be shouting. Pandemonium everywhere. He would have called family members. It would have even become a family issue. They'll be saying they're not burying the child. They are not burying until they know what happened. So you see, that would be a natural reaction that the parents will take, right?
God bless you. Exactly. So he never informed anybody. He never informed the family member. Because they had spoken at home and they had come to that some sort of mediation and say, well, you know what, you've got to accept fate here. You get what I mean? And that's it. Because there's no way they will now all move in tandem and okay, let's go to the police station, and they take him to another one and they're okay, let's go and bury. Nah, he would have been crazy he would have flipped it with all of them in that house. As a matter of fact, he would have been so bad that the police would come there. Exactly. The police would have landed there because that's why I said the father has compromised. I said it from the very beginning. I said this father was later added to the script along the line. The one that even got me mad, the one that got me mad was the first interview. They interviewed him in his house where he was talking about property. He said Mohbad did not buy block for me. This is why I'm living and all of that. Those are cock and book story. The important question when they asked him that, what did you think happened to Mohbad? What did you think happened to this guy? What do you think killed him? Who did you think killed him? And this man said, God gave it, God take it. After the evidence you saw.
In fairness,
after the evidence you saw.
Let me press you there. Helen.
You know why that came out? Because of, in my opinion, that settlement that happened, right? That settlement of accept faith. That's when
yes.
That's why you're
exactly.
Seeing that
I said it a long time ago. Yeah, that's the reason why he accepted.
You know what happened there? This man has accepted everything because he had agreed to the plan. It was after, that was why he buried him. Now, when the...
Okay, I don't know what happened to his network. Now, do you guys remember that his family friend that came out, or whatever, or relative that said, that told us about the blessing? You guys remember the guy who even brought the story about blessing? He also mentioned that he went to... He said Wunmi went to the father and Mohbad had to pray for her. It's because that points out to a point of settlement. Because if it was a case of I am mad, I'm angry, all of that would not be happening. Where they said she went to the, I don't know whether in the Ikorodu or whatever, they said he was saying Wunmi went, knelt down, and Baba had to pray for her. What are you're praying for who? Somebody you suspect of killing your child? You crazy?
Yeah, praying for her for killing.
Yeah, remember that guy? And they shut him up. Emily, they shut up that guy. We never heard from him.
Yeah, I remember the guy that came out then. But this is so sad, and the whole public were worried. Oh, what happened to this guy? Oh, he died. We the public had to, deduce the day this guy died from what we've heard so far. It took us a while of analyzing to get to the point where we then agreed that it was on Monday. Not knowing Baba already know that it was on Monday, and then you left the public in the dark. This is really sad, This is really sad. And no one would tell me that he didn't go to that house on Monday. Because I know for sure Mohbad's mom went to that house on Monday. Because the moment she heard that call, I think she left for the house immediately. Because she kept emphasizing on Monday. That Monday. I spoke to the wife. Oh, that Monday. You see? Oh, I'm just disappointed right now. Honestly.
For me, even if he didn't go there on Monday, I don't really want to focus on when he got there or the mother got there. But the fact is that it's clear is that they knew that boy passed on Monday. You get what I mean? Because the reactions, let's even start with the mother, was very abnormal, MLH. You understand? The reactions of where they're saying that she didn't want to go into the property on Tuesday, she wanted to stay outside. That's very abnormal. So,
exactly. Because she's been there already. She's seen the cops,
exactly.
Everything.
Perfect. Because where is Folashade coming out with the blood duvet, soaked duvet where she was washing? Where is he coming with? And she will not have, to me, she will not have washed those things on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on. It was just, let me move.
I'm just mistaken.
When did Folashade go to that house? Was it on Monday or Tuesday? Because remember, Baba said it was Iya Mohbad and Iya Tunde going together. With Baba Mohbad, that's three of them, not Folashade. When was Folashade go to that house?
For me, she got there on Monday. They say because the time for me, that's my own calculation here. The fact that was washing that duvet and then